the challenger for the heavyweight title, Big George Foreman. The undefeated heavyweight was born in Marshall, Texas, January 10th, 1949, which makes him 24. He now lives in Hayward, California. Foreman won the Olympic heavyweight crown in 1968, turned pro, and guided by the canny Dick Sadler, has won all his 37 fights, scoring 34 knockouts. He's 6'4" and has a reach of 78.5 inches. George Foreman, the challenger. Okay, fine. There's his manager, Dick Sadler, who has brought him along so well. There's George's record. He's won all his 37 bouts with 34 knockouts. His biggest achievement was a knockout of George Cavallo. Every night now, here comes the undefeated champion, Joe Freizer. Joe was born in Beaufort, South Carolina, January 12, 1944, and now lives in Philadelphia. Freizer won the Olympic heavyweight crown in '64, and guided by Yancey Durham, has won all of his professional fights, giving him 29 straight victories with 25 knockouts. Freizer won recognition as heavyweight champion by defeating Jimmy Ellis by a knockout. World recognition. He cemented his hold on the crown with a decision over undefeated Muhammad Ali in 1971. Here comes Joe Freizer. Joe is 5'11" with a reach of 73.5 inches.
Somewhere between 10:15 and 10:20, and I'll give you the cue.
George Foreman in his corner, shaking his head. Joe Freizer bouncing around. The heavyweight championship of the world, the biggest event in all sports. Yancey Durham walking around very pensively. Dick Sadler loosening up his fighter, George Foreman. Freizer again. Joe Freizer, the gloves will be put on in the ring, by the way. They are right now taking the gloves out of an Everlast box, and they will put the gloves on in the ring, and that will take a little time. Foreman still loosening up, doing calisthenics in his corner now. And I hope you're as excited as I am, because one does not know what's going to happen in a heavyweight championship fight, or in any fight for that matter. And Foreman is so big. He's 5 years younger than Joe. Now it's my pleasure to bring to the camera our good friend Pearl Bailey, and believe me, we have a beautiful introduction for her, but if you don't know Pearl Bailey by now, you'll never know her. I don't think she needs any introduction, Pearl.
Well, I tell you, Don, I don't think you need an introduction either. And you know, I never thought I would be sitting right next to you. You know, the next big event will be you and I having a fight. But I tell somebody told me this was history. No woman has ever done this before.
No, you're the first commentator on a boxing bout over television. How about that?
Fine, and I have a lot of comments to make. And, you know, one big comment I want to make, you know, we've got this big thing now. They're talking about woman's lip.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Wonderful thing in the world. I've heard of it, too. So, but it seems like we haven't made it yet. But you know something funny? I think they'll be delighted to know that the greatest earner, which you might know, in sports, the greatest earner of money has been a woman. Did you know that?
More money than Muhammad Ali or Joe Freizer?
$7 million and more was made by a lady, if you remember, named Sonia Hemings.
Oh,
Right?
yes. Oh,
So I don't know.
How could I overlook
If they can make that kind of money, who needs liberation?
Yeah. Pearl, can you skate?
No, I can't. Listen, I can hardly keep my shoes on. My feet are killing me.
Pearl, I want to thank you, and I hope you enjoy the fight. I know we'll all enjoy
Well, I
it.
will. I've been listening to fights
Pearl,
since
you're
I wore a
wonderful.
headset.
Thank you.
Do you remember radio and headset?
Thank you.
That's when I started.
Thank you very much. We'd like now to welcome the Pacific and Indian Ocean satellites to our network and to welcome our Japanese colleagues here at ringside. The following program is the property of Video Techniques Incorporated and may not be copied, reproduced, transmitted, or redistributed except by licensees of Video Techniques Incorporated. A national sports limited promotion in association with Video Techniques Incorporated. National Sports Limited in association with Video Techniques Incorporated presents the Sunshine Showdown. Live from the beautiful island of Jamaica. National Stadium, Independence Park, Kingston, Jamaica. Joe Freizer, the world heavyweight champion, versus George Foreman, the undefeated #1 challenger. Joe Freizer is being introduced now. George Foreman in his corner. Again, the weight, Joe Freizer, 214, George Foreman, 217 and a half. When Foreman knocked out Cavallo, he weighed 217. His weight rarely varies. He has never been over 220. He has never been under 216. At the weigh-in this morning, Joe Freizer tried to stare down George Foreman. He did not succeed, and Joe apparently is about to try that again. There he is with Yancey Durham. Foreman's gloves are still being adjusted in his corner. He's got a couple of ex-champions with him, Archie Moore, the light heavyweight champion, Sandy Sadler, the featherweight champion a few years ago. There's Archie with the hat on. Freizer has been out in the center. His Foreman now. He'll join Freizer out there. The referee's instructions.
This contest for the heavyweight championship of the world will be governed by the rules of the Jamaican Boxing Board of Control. We expect you to obey these rules, and I will be here to enforce them. In the event of a knockdown, you must take an 8 count. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived. Break when I tell you to break. Shake hands now. Come out boxing. Good luck to both of you.
They're wearing 8-ounce gloves. The heavyweight championship of the world. If it goes the limit, they use a 10-point must-scoring system. The winner of a round gets 10 points. The loser gets 9 or less. An even round, they both get 10. Joe Freizer, 214 pounds, 8.5 pounds heavier than when he fought Muhammad Ali. It's scheduled for 15 rounds here in Jamaica. Freizer the white trunks, Foreman the red trunks. Freizer boring in. Freizer rarely wins the first round. I'd be surprised if he won it now. Foreman a little bit tense looking. Foreman has been nailed and nailed good. Joe Fraizer's best punch is his left hook. Foreman apparently not trying to keep Freizer off with that jab. Now Foreman looks a little looser. That was a torrid left hook that caught Freizer. Артур Мерканте, the referee, goes between them. showing a good, smart, snappy jab and a good uppercut. Foreman having a very good round. Joe is down. Freizer went down. Taking the mandatory 8 count. A minute to go in the round. Freizer's in real trouble here. Seems to be hurt. He's being rocked. Foreman in complete charge of the fight. Freizer fighting back gamely, but he's having trouble. There's the countdown. 20 seconds to go. Freizer down again. Freizer is wobbling around. Taking the mandatory 8 count. The round is almost over. Foreman after him again. Freizer has never taken this kind of punishment. And it goes down at the bell. Артур Мерканте rules that he is taking the mandatory 8 count at the bell, but he's up. Freizer was down 3 times. Yancy Gorham is holding him there. Let's see the first knockdown. That almost looked like a glancing blow, but down Joe went. He took the mandatory 8 count. The referee, Артур Мерканте, is looking at the corner of Joe Freizer, looking at Joe. Here's the knockdown at the end. Freizer just sagged down. Replay of the knockdown. George was going to bell him again, but thought better of it. Here's round 2. Foreman in complete charge up to now. Freizer and Polar. Foreman is being warned. Freizer is being battered in Foreman's corner. Joe's about to go down. He does. He goes down again. Joe is desperately trying to get to his feet. He's on his feet. He's taking a mandatory 8 count. 45 seconds to go in the round. Joe's been down 4 times. There goes Joe down again. Joe bounces up. 5 times he's been down. Foreman at him again. It's hard to see how Freizer can last. Freizer doesn't know where he is. The fight is over. The fight is over. The winner is George Foreman. New heavyweight champion. Trying to get George Foreman. To get George Foreman over here. But there's a fight in He's getting near George Форман. We're trying to get to George Формan. It's a madhouse. It's a madhouse here in the ring. We have a new heavyweight champion of the world. We can't get anybody here. I just hope I don't lose the microphone. Hey, Pacheco, will you get Форман over here to get on the air? Get him over here. Hello. I'm trying to get a hold of George Формan, but I can't get near him. The ring is a madhouse. A stunning upset. George Формan, a new heavyweight champion of the world, and I just can't get across. Here is the announcement. Let's see if we can hear it.
1 minute and 35 seconds of the second round. The winner by a knockout. The winner by a knockout.
I'm trying to get over to George Формan, but I can't.
Форман!
In the sea of humanity here. Sandy, I gotta have George over here. I'm talking to Sandy Sadler. Get George over here, will you, please? Here comes George. George! Out of the way, fellas, please. George! Here comes George Формan. George, right here, George. Stay right here. Well, go ahead, George.
Everything was kind of confused, you know.
Everything's
Joe Lewis came to my dressing room, and he said more in 5 words than all of my guys have been working in 20 days. He said, George, your left hand is going to do it. Your right hand is going to come out whenever it's necessary.
Is that what did it, George?
Joe Lewis.
No, is that the hand that did it for you?
Right hand. Joe Lewis, I got more respect for him than any man in the world. I credit that to Joe Lewis and Mr. Archimo.
Did Freizer hurt you at any time?
My man. Yeah, I got it. My man.
George, did Freizer hurt you at any time?
Freizer left hook caught me once.
He hurt you once in the first round.
He didn't hurt me, but he got me with it.
Did you think you were going to win it so fast?
I thought about the 4th round. Archimo had predicted the 4th round, and I do everything he said do, so I was kind of surprised. What round was that?
That was the second. You mean you forgot the round, George?
Archie said it was going to be the 4th. You
know how many times you had him down?
Hello, how you doing? I can't remember.
You know, about 7. 3 in the first.
But I told Yank Durham to stop it because I was just too much energy. I killed him, you know. And Joe, I got too much respect for Joe Lewis.
Well, listen.
And as I heard you say when I was fighting George Chavello.
George, I got to know about your plans for the future. Will you fight Freizer again, or will you fight Muhammad Ali?
Right now, that was my main goal, was to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
You got it now.
I'd like to go out and tell a lot of kids and preach it for a long time that all you got to do is work and pray hard. You can get anything you want. Right. I like to spend my whole life giving that message out.
But what about...
More so than fighting. More so than fighting.
What about your next fight, George?
My next fight would be to work with all the juveniles that need to talk to me.
In the ring. In the ring.
That's the ring right there. The world is my ring.
George.
Now.
Thank you very much. I am trying to get out of the ring, and I'll be happy to get out of the ring. If I can get out of the ring, I'll be very happy. That was George Формan. Harry Carpenter of the BBC is here. And Harry, I hope you have better luck than I did.
Well, I'm going to try and get near him, Don, if I can.
Go ahead, Harry.
George. You want to get him out? BBC. Hello. I'd like to tell all the people who are watching BBC that with their support and demand for our fight for the World Heavyweight Championship, I achieved this great moment in my life. And I'd like to thank all the people in the world for the great write-up, for demanding that they will go out to the theater and pay the still fight of their nation. So my blessing go all over to Europe, America. Okay, George.
Let's take a look at that last round, the second round between George Foreman and Joe Freizer, who at this point was still heavyweight champion of the world. Look at that melee in the ring. Was I lucky to get a hold of him? Got to thank Sandy Sadler for that. Here's round two. Remember, Foreman has floored Freizer 3 times in the first round. Freizer in the white trunks, of course. That jolting uppercut. And the referee warns Foreman about pushing, I guess. And that's Dick Sadler, the manager of Foreman. He was upset. As you can see, it's almost a hopeless case for Freizer. And Freizer tried to psych George Foreman. Freizer taking the mandatory 8 count, up again. You can see Sadler in the background waving his man in. Foreman is in complete charge of the fight. Down from the left hook. Артур Мерканте, the referee. I bet you Arthur didn't think he was going to have all this excitement. Joe took an awesome battering. He really got hit tonight. Look at those punches. Left hook, right uppercut. Everything from the book. Freizer again taking the mandatory 8 count. Here's the last knockdown in slow motion. Here goes Joe, being relieved of the heavyweight championship. There it is. That right hand, Joe bounced down on one knee. Then he went all the way down. And the fight is over. George Foreman still surrounded in the ring. The new heavyweight champion of the world. George Foreman, he's 24 years old. He has had 38 fights now. He's won them all, 35 of them by knockout. And that is the first time that Joe Freizer has ever lost a fight. It was Joe's 30th fight. George Foreman getting a tremendous hand as he finally gets out of the ring. We had a wild night here at National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica. And one of the big upsets in the heavyweight championship ranks is George, a happy George Foreman on his way to his dressing room. I remarked earlier that Freizer at 214 pounds seemed too heavy. He was not the Freizer. This is taking nothing away from Foreman, but he was not the Freizer at 205 and a half who fought Muhammad Ali. Foreman being carried out. Never saw a boxer carried out that way before.